Okay. We're gonna see if that is doing its thing. Or I guess here if that's doing its thing. Okay, it sounds like it is. Alright. I guess we're live then. Well, hello everybody who's deciding to join me for the stream today. Didn't mean to close that. I was trying to resize the chat box here. Okay. Well, welcome. Yep. Didn't mean to do that. Welcome to the stream, everybody. I am officially off of night shift. Hooray! And it has been a wild 2 weeks. I'm happy to be back though. And I figured I'd get back into it just with like a really short stream. I'm still tired. I'm still readjusting sleep schedule and everything. But just a nice short stream, seeing what we can do, and just having some fun. So instead of like a specific piece or anything to really work on, I was actually just planning on doing some sketches and doodles, you know, to warm back up and get back into the swing of things as it was. So, nothing big, nothing fancy, nothing like that. Alright. Okay, so one of the first things I wanted to try and do a little doodle of, if I can talk and draw at the same time, which I have immense difficulty doing. It's the 5th time I'm streaming now. It shouldn't be that hard now, but apparently it is. Now I try and do 2 things at the same time. I can't do either at one time. Oh no. Of course the computer tries to update. Now, that's not good. Schedule, we're gonna postpone this for a while. Let's just say 10. Okay. Don't do that. Alright, so this stream is off to just a gallivanting good start, I think. Alright. Train of thought, have to get it back now. That's probably a side effect of all the caffeine. Right, so I had a really weird dream last night, and I wanted to try and sketch out a character from it to the best of my abilities. It was this dude who made a Frankenstein monster, right? Like sewn on limbs, new brain, everything, right? But the plot twist was he was actually the Frankenstein's monster the whole time. It was really weird. Like, he programmed a bunch of machines to just, like, re-sew up his body and whatnot after he was, like, dead. And he had frozen his brain cryogenically, and then the machine put his brain, like, back in his body. And it was kind of funny because his brain was still thawing out, but the body was like alive and moving. So he was like slowly getting his memories back. And it was like just constantly cold and wearing a lot of like fuzzy headwear. It was, I don't know, it was hilarious. Anyway, so I wanted to try and make a little sketch of him because you don't have stuff that stands out too often in dreams sometimes, but it is what it is. Just trying to get some basic anatomy down, I guess. Oh my gosh, look at that proportioning. It's so janky. Sketches don't have to be good. Sketches just have to be. That's why they're called sketches, I think. I'm terrible at drawing hats. Why did you have to have a hat on in the dream? And feel free, anyone who's gonna jump in and say anything, you can, like, request something to doodle during this live stream and just be like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if you drew a pug with sneakers on or something like that? And I can't draw pugs, but I'll do my best. This little snowflake pattern. Like I said, I'm just happy to be on a vaguely more normal schedule with everybody. I can be awake when you guys are awake. Hooray. I am now a mostly normal person. So how has everyone else been doing as well, too? School treating you okay? Work treating you okay? Let's see. It's kind of like a... You could just go, like, in the top of the head to get to the skull, right? To get to the brain. This guy's extra. He went through the side of his head. Well, what you gonna do? He just kind of wore like a really long lab coat. Where is... I suppose the lab coat did actually fall below the wrist, above the wrist. Here on the wrist. Unfortunately, he does not have a name. Never bothered to ask. Hey, Whimsy! Hi! Yes, it's a nervous man. You did not miss much. We've really only just started over here. I was just planning on this stream just sketching random stuff to get kind of back into the swing of things after being on night shift for 2 weeks. And so the first thing that came to mind was this guy from a dream I had last night. And he's like this Frankenstein doctor dude who built a body, but the plot twist was he was the body that he built, because he like cryogenically froze his brain. And he had a machine that rebuilt his body and then put his brain back inside of it. And it was hilarious because his brain was thawing out in the dream, so he was like completely clueless and had no memories, and they would just kind of slowly come back to him as his brain was thawing out, and he was wearing a winter hat because of that the entire time. I don't know, it was kind of weird. Yeah. This is what sleep-deprived dreams do to you, Whimsy. I don't recommend it. So how have you been? Are the squirrels okay in the attic? Are they gone? Oh, thank you. It's okay, you can take your time with typing. There's like a huge delay between voice and video, so it's okay. Oh no, now they're in the walls? Were they just too smart for the traps? Oh, that's terrible. You're gonna have to just type out one letter and just piece it together. I don't think we've ever had a stream together, have we yet? We just keep like barely missing each other. It's like playing telephone tag except with streams. So I guess hi, welcome to the first stream that we have actually been live together. Yay! There's a word. I did not know there was a word limit. Darn it, YouTube. If people want to type out essays, I feel they should be able to type out essays in this thing, you know? And don't worry, you're not spamming anything at all. I enjoy hearing from you and getting your input on stuff too. We're all super dorks here. It's good. There's no judgment when we're all the same person, right? Oh, don't worry. You're not going to scare away anybody, Whimsy. It's just nice to have someone to talk to instead of just me either being silent or talking to the wall. Because that's always... I don't know, I feel weird when that happens. Oh, and after I'm done with this sketch, I don't know if you caught it or not. If you have any ideas for anything for me to sketch, you feel free to type it into chat and we'll just run with it, because this is just, you know, trying to get back into the swing of things. Scares away my wall with throated squirrels. If only. The walls here are pretty tough. Sometimes they creak. Oh, that one eye looks terrible. There we go. It still looks bad. Gah. Gonna abuse drawing suggestion powers. Icarus's neighbors? Yeah, you know what? I've been tossing a few ideas around in my head about those guys, so I can, we'll do some quick sketches of them. See how they turn out. And then you can see me stare at a blank page for a little while as I'm just like, eh. That's true, his eyes don't technically have to match. That's the best workaround I've heard in my entire art career. And I am down for it. I figure this guy was good enough to draw as anything, just because it's winter and we all have to wear like fuzzy hats in the winter. Well, at least up here. I don't know where you're from, but if it's from Florida, maybe not. I don't know how cold it gets in Florida. Ah, early spring. Oh, those glorious days. That means like flowers are all in bloom and stuff then, right? Like all the lilies and tulips and stuff. Wintry Dream Zombie Man. Yep. Dr. Brain Freeze is such a good name. Oh no, that's a good name. That's a really good name. Oh, I love it. He never explained it in the dream where he got the body parts from. Like, most of it was his original body to begin with, especially in the facial area. But like, he gave himself better arms. Since he never said, I guess it could be from anywhere. Fresh dead people. That sounds somehow worse than just dead people. I suppose in the interest of like everyone in the dream just kind of being more amazed at this than horrified, he must have just grown them in a lab somehow. Because everyone was pretty chill with the fact that he just kind of brought himself back to life. So I'm gonna guess it was by a more wholesome method to obtain limbs. So, yeah. Personal trainers hate him. This dude got ripped in under a day. You can tell it's a sketch because I've just given up on drawing hands in general. That's okay. Need to get the creative juices flowing somehow. Yeah, I've been, I kind of have a general picture in my mind, like where I want the folds to go, and then I just kind of do that when I'm sketching. If I'm like really trying to make something look good, I will draw out the anatomy underneath, and then the clothing, and then do another layer of clothing on top of that before I have the sketch all done, and I don't know. There's like rough sketches, and then there's like slightly less than rough sketches, and then there's rough sketches. Because I think it is the greatest name in the world. Brain freeze. Won't fit, but we'll try. There we go. His name can break the laws of reality by just crossing over the border of the thing it's on. The lamination will know no bounds. Yeah, exactly. Born of dreams, reality will not stop him. The canvas cannot hold him back. Alright, and I'm just gonna quick color in his shirt so there's at least a little bit of difference. Yeah, color in his hat too, why not? Okay, I think he's good. Good thing my mind decided not make him a murderer because, woo! Aw, thank you. Aw, it's a very warm looking hat. Aw. That means a lot coming from Patrick. Does Patrick need his hat too now? You know what? I know you said I'm gonna be drawing the neighbors, but, Patrick needs the hat more. It's more pressing. Consider the hat stolen. There it is. He's already got it. It's too late, Whimsy. The hat has been thoroughly snatched. I gotta have a star brush in here somewhere. I know I do. It might not be a 5-point star, but I'll at least get like an actual star motif on here. Hang on, I'll get this brush to work. I can futz with it. I got all night. Don't land on the hat. That's cool too, I guess. Landing everywhere except the hat. Ah. That's fine, I guess. His own new Franken hat. Oh, Frankenstein with a Frankenstein hat would be so adorable. It's like double the Frankenstein. Okay, consider the hat thoroughly snatched. All right. It's magic versus science, and I think magic might have won this round. Good job, Patrick. Doing everything in his lab to try and figure this out. He's like, oh man. I just can't seem to crack the case. There's no DNA, no fingerprints. They can fit through gaps that are too small for a human being. Must be a bunch of tiny furry mice. Sorry, it's me just now trying to figure out how, like, what is the body shape I want these guys to be in? Because I, like, have a general aesthetic for his Icarus's neighbors. Like, you know, Great Gatsby style party throwing, fun loving people. But how to represent that in form? Ah. Not what I expected to happen. Shifty Weasley egg these. Yeah, so they gotta be good party goers, but also like good for sneaking around. Oh, they know Icarus is not human, not quite human. Um, so I don't. Okay, slight spoilers, I guess. Kind of. Not really. It's not really important to the story, I guess. But Icarus's parents just kind of left him in this house next to these neighbors. Um, when he was like really really young, and Icarus at that time had no clue that people don't like people have eyes, so he was unabashedly not afraid of showing his eyeless face around. And the neighbors thought he was a delightful kid full of spunk, and they were just like the cut of a jib, so they're fine with him. Icarus is a sweet boy that they never had. Um, they themselves are human, but they have a friend who's like this vampire dude, and that's why they throw a lot of parties mostly. Not only do they like the gossip, but their best friend likes to come over and just party with them all the time. So that's what they kind of do. Okay. I'm actually going to sketch them on another page currently. There we go. I mean, as you could imagine, Icarus's parents were a little shocked to find out their child didn't have eyes and had fangs, and they were like, excuse me? What's going on? But, like, out of all the things to do with a child, sending the child away to a fairly comfortable house next to some rich people isn't the worst thing you could do. Yeah. It slightly redeems him for egg napping. But that's where, when Icarus grew a little older and he could, safely wander outside of the premises by himself, the first thing he did, as any child does, he goes to a market, and the neighbors have peacocks, and the peacocks were running around their yard, and he's like, I like peacocks, I'm gonna buy my own. Runs into a peafowl trader and buys a few peafowls because he can't tell the difference too well. And the neighbors were just like, oh, sweet summer child, those are not peacocks. Yeah, his parents were normal. As normal as you can get, I guess. We're all a little bit left normal, I think. It was a delightful mistake. And it's the happiest mistake he ever made in his life, because now he has Iris, and it's his best board friend. Oh yeah, definitely. See, okay, Slade, spoilers again, I guess, for the story, and this is kind of plot relevant. Um, so when Icarus goes to touch someone's face to, like find out what they look like, essentially, people close their eyes instinctually because no one really wants other person's fingers rubbing around on their eyeballs. And so, since Icarus just has kind of skin there as well, too, he just kind of figured that everyone else looked the same as him, and he just couldn't see, and that was the only thing. But when he gets to peer through a person's eyes for the first time using magic, he's freaking amazed that people actually have eyes, and then he's like, oh, I'm a little more frightening than I had originally thought I was. And then story happens. It's a natural assumption. He's a small kid. He can make assumptions about the world. Oh, they were. He's like, you telling me people have different colors on their faces? What is this? Eyes? What? And then Icarus has a whole lot of them. And that shocked him too. Oh, yeah, yeah. To him, they're just a little bit freaky, because he's just like, one, how, two, why, three, how? It's something that even after a lifetime, I guess you maybe wouldn't get fully used to. Uh... As weird as he finds it, at least after that point, he's like, I kind of understand why some people are a little bit taken aback at me now when I first show up on the scene, because, man, I must look a little weird to them. Two eye patches. uh... That poor child. What I was thinking of is his neighbors kind of let him know. Like, it's a little weird that he doesn't have eyes. sometimes. So whenever he goes out and about, they gave him like a little like one of those party masks to wear. So it looks more gaudy than two eye patches, but he has a Mardi Gras mask that he keeps with him just in case someone gets a little freaked out. The wine ant neighbor? Okay. You don't make the rules. She's the wine ant neighbor now. Oh yeah, the mask has feathers. It's gotta match with his style of just excessive bird. Excessive bird. I don't know how else to describe it other than that. We're tipping a fine line in these guys between just straight up like terrible egg thieves and like genuinely kind people. Just they walk a nice tightrope. I'm gonna come back to his hair because uh, I don't know. His hair is gonna be something. That's for sure. Unless he's bald. I don't know if I can draw a bald person that well. I'll think about it. If I finish this guy's suit and I'm still dinging bald hair, he might just be going bald. And we're gonna do something a little style tragic. We're gonna put a belt over his suit. Because reasons. Or a mohawk. A faux hawk. He could get a faux hawk. These are good suggestions. These are good suggestions indeed. Like a French aristocrat wig. He's bald, but he's got a wig on type thing. There are rules for wearing suits in this country, none of which this gent obeys. For he might be slightly less law-abiding than his neighbor who owns a bunch of pedophiles would like. His baldness is his weakness. Does that mean his name has to be Samson? His name's gonna have to be Samson if he's actually bald, and that's his weakness. He prefers the term fashion forward. We're gonna go full fashion rebel on this dude, put patches on a suit jacket. Because no one outside of literature teachers should have patches on their elbows. Only literature teachers can pull it off. Instead of the Ministry of Silly Walks, it's the Ministry of Silly Suits. And he's the leader. The ultimate chairman. And just for that, we're gonna give him some pointy shoes. Oh, this is all clashing horribly, and I'm kind of digging it. Good. He looks like an elf. As long as he's not selling eggs in the underground, I think we'll be okay. Okay. I'm sure it'll look better when I clean up some of these lines. Where do you think Icarus gets his little rebel streak from? It's definitely from his crazy neighbors. So goofy looking, and I'm so loving it right now. Oh gosh. Okay. Stay safe. I don't know what you're departing to do, but hopefully it's not squirrel related. I'll just doodle until then. As many of you have probably figured out by now, though, I fly off the cuff when I am making any of these designs. I have no idea what I'm doing, and that's half the fun. It's like one of those moments when you're just about to sneeze. I hate it. Holy cow, that makes his hair look a little bit uniform, more uniform, I guess. You know what I just realized? He looks like a character from the game Clue. Looks like his name could be Colonel Mustard. Oh man, excuse me. Can't believe there'd be a time in my life when I would say 7 p.m. is late, but oh boy, I'm feeling it now. Don't know how you came with me. There we go. Just make his shoes even more ridiculous. I feel like there's a way to make him aesthetically pleasing, but also like just a fashion disaster at the same time. I just don't know how to do it. Like, I'm digging just the assortment of clothing choices he has on, but it's like at the same time I feel like either something's missing or there's too much here that needs to go missing, and I'm not sure. That's gonna be one. This is what sketches are for. To find the first iteration of a character and then build upon that. Sometimes you'll get lucky and you'll make a character that is absolutely perfect. First time out. You don't need to change anything and you're just happy with them the way you are. Treasure those moments because they are not often. Welcome back! Thank goodness those squirrels were presumably involved. They're, here's where they are. I was doing thing, I think. So, with this dude, maybe Samson, I don't know, it's like, I like the mishmash of clothing going on, but at the same point in time, I simultaneously feel I can either do more or I should be doing less, and I'm not entirely sure which way I should tip the scale on him. It's a tough one. He's a tough one. I know this is the first sketch, so it's like... you were the one who suggested Wine Ant, so she's now Wine Ant. It is a little flower pin. At first I was gonna like, you know how there's olives and martinis, that she just has like a olive martini in her hair? But then I was like, just keep it as a flower. This is a Christian server. My one weakness, drawing high heels. I have no idea why it's like the most difficult task in the world for me. Like one of those little plastic swords. I don't. Do those come in drinks or are those in sandwiches? I don't know. You can tell I don't exactly drink a lot. Water or otherwise. I could change it back to a martini olive. Hmm. 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 Oh my gosh, walking out of a party with like 15 like little umbrellas in your hair. That would, oh my gosh, that would, oh, that's perfect. Whimsy, you are just a font of good ideas. Oh my gosh, it's perfect. You can tell the time of day by how many martini umbrellas she has in her hair. Okay, okay. Make it more quirky. Monocle. Oh, there's another character for this kind of story thing that has a monocle, and I was like, I don't want a Jack her style. A mini hat. What if we go with a comically tiny hat? Like one of those ones that has to be like pinned on for some reason? I'm gonna first change this back to a proper martini olive. And then we'll give him a tiny little hat. The only reliable clock in the house. There we go. Martini olive. You know what, for good measure? Because it's late right now. The umbrella. 5 umbrellas o'clock somewhere. I'm picturing these two like jumping over like some sort of hedge fence to steal eggs now, and she just has like a comically large amount of umbrellas in her hair. Just leaves a trail of umbrellas behind. Googly eyes making noises on the eggs that they're gonna replace it with. They make a great comedic duo. Okay, let's see. Comically small hat. Which way do I want it pointing? That's a comically small hat. Put little feathers, I guess, in it too. Hats have feathers sometimes. There we go. Stand back and admire our quote-unquote handiwork. Just... Oh, I forgot to fill in part of her shirt. Go ahead and do that real quick. Because it's not really a shirt, it's kind of a dress, but Sheltered from the rain, yes. Okay. You know, for a first sketch of these guys, that ain't too shabby. I am really digging maybe Samson's just chaotic look going on here. The fashion police cannot apprehend him. He's too smooth. He's too sneaky. Maybe Samson. I'm trying to think of a good pun for her name, though. It's gotta be something alcoholic. I only know a few. And I can't use Mary because that's another person's name. Darn it. Oh, just for that. Patrick is now the king of many hats. As the best hat, he rules over all hats. That's his title. Mmm. Yeah, Olive. That's a good one. Olive. Oh, that'd be adorable. Maybe Samson's just like, nah, you might have a slight alcoholic problem, but I still olive you. I love it. It's perfect. Tiny medieval sounding. Olive's a nice name. I do like Olive. And if she just has like a bunch of olives in her hair. uh, It's hatception. It's a hat. We're in a hat. We're in a hat. I think we got time for one more sketch before I'm probably gonna hit the hay, because I'm getting just a tiny bit tired. Any ideas? It's like that one book, The Hat Salesman, where he just has like 30 hats stacked on top of his head and he just kind of walks around selling hats. And you're like, what is this mad lad doing? She has found true meaning in life. That's what that means, right? I'll just finish it off with something. Well, me trying to be adorable, I guess. I don't know. We'll see how it turns out. Deviant dragons! Well, we're gonna get a 2-for-1 special then. As much as I absolutely adore dragons, I am so terrible at drawing them and I don't know why. Good old Dr. Seuss. Oh, you'll see. Shh, it's a secret, Whimsy. You'll see what I'm drawing. There's a dragon in it. It's a rough approximation of a dragon, at least. No, it's just that for some odd reason when I draw dragons, if they're not like incredibly tiny things like this one I'm drawing right here, they kind of look a little lanky. And I'm not sure if that's because I'm used to drawing like the Chinese style of dragon or what, but I'm not happy with how I draw dragons, I guess should be how I should word that. On a weird tangent, I really like how you do draw dragons. You have dragon feet down to a gosh darn science, Whimsy. It's so good, and oh man. If I could draw dragon feet half as well as you, I'd be absolutely satisfied. Oh no, I don't think I've ever drawn his hair from this side. We're gonna make it up as we go. Yeah, true. I guess I don't have to try and do really hard things on warm-up doodles. I know you like him, Whimsy, that's why I decided to draw him. He's a good boy. It came out all wonky. I am just having the toughest time today drawing symmetry. The delay is really real. I have no idea why it gets that bad sometimes. I'm happy you think he's cute. Sometimes I have a little bit of trouble drawing children. I imagine his hair was just like even more absurdly like messy and curly back then. Well, I guess the horn would actually be more visible from that angle. There we go. If not a kiss, then at least a little nuzzle on his cheek. Dragons like nuzzles, right? I know, kids are so difficult to draw. They're supposed to just be like tiny humans, but like, jeez. For tiny humans, they're sure hard to draw. I guess I'll let you be the deciding factor in this then, Whimsy, but would you like these also posted to DeviantArt as well under something sketchy kind of type deal? I'll just have to compile them all into one file. Kids are aliens, yeah. I don't know if that's catching in the audio, but man, my neck keeps cracking every time I move it. Ugh. Post. Okay. Thank goodness that's not catching on the audio, because it's like, it's starting to annoy myself how much it's cracking. Oh, jeez. I'm falling to pieces. I'm not even that old. Alright. Because you know what? It's the last one I'll probably do before ending the stream. We'll just go a little extra and give this dragon some gradients. The one inside the ear too, why not? Okay. I put way too much effort into Icarus every single time. Aw, thank you. I'm better at drawing, like, absurdly small, like, cat-sized dragons, and I have no idea why. As soon as they're as big as a person, they look so awkward. You just sneaked it in. That's skill right there, is to type everything you need to say in a character limit. I suppose the snake dragons. Wyverns are pretty cool, but they look cool with legs too. I don't know. It's just something I have to practice, I guess. Alright. Well, I'll get all these somehow compiled into one page and I'll post that on my Deviant Art sometime so you can check them out and do what you will with them. And yeah, I'll make sure to credit you because Patrick is just showing up all over the place in this. And yeah. I know, the gradient tool is great in this and I love using it. And abusing it. Yes, Icarus is worth all the effort. He's my son now, and I must protect him. I'm really just waiting for, like, the lag to stop. Awkward dragons. No! But they're such graceful beings. I can't draw them so awkward. Yay, indeed. Well, I'm so happy I could actually get to talk to you with live chat this time around, Whimsy. Yay, live chat's working. And hopefully we can stream again sometime. I know you're busy, you have life, and I'm busy and I have life, but hey, once in a while is not too bad. So I'm gonna basically sign out now, I guess. Thank you so much for joining me. I cannot express that enough. It's always nice to have someone to talk to while doing these things. Yeah. So I'll just wait around for lag to catch up then, and then I'll sign off, I guess. So I'll say bye now and just let radio silence take control. Bye! You have a good night too. Good night to everybody else watching this in whatever space and time they're in. Signing out.